It came! It finally came! The big one.
All right, we have got a treat today. On behalf of Nerd Initiative, this is Derek here talking to you about the Marvel celebrating 85 years special edition Marvel Legend of that Hulkbuster that I've been waiting on. Thank you so much to Big Bad Toy Store for sending this our way for review. So take a look at the front of this packaging. This package is massive. It's taking up my entire light box. So we're going to see what we can do with it. So there's the front of the packaging. Got the side here with the comic book cover and the back. You can pause to read the back of that. That is the comic book cover, which is the only place that this has been found. This actually is not a Hulkbuster that is actually in the interior art of the comic books. It is only found on the cover of this issue. I will add a couple of comic book panels to show what this looks like in the issue versus on the cover, but either way, this is absolutely amazing. Let's bust this thing open and see what it has in store. All right, here we have him straight out of the packaging without any of the accessories. There's the front. There he is from the back. All right, now we have him with the chest piece on, the back piece on with those vents. There's a good look at both. Now I will say one thing right out of the box. This is a very difficult to move piece. I've got a couple of joints that are just almost impossible to move. Also, one thing I'm noticing here, as you move this, see we get a little gap right there where that actually pops loose. So you gotta really be careful when posing this guy. But overall, just the absolute look and aesthetic of this piece is amazing. This, of course, comes with a wonderful Tony Stark head. I'll try and put that on in a moment. And two fisted hands. We'll switch those out and see what it looks like. All right, so here we are with the fisted hands and the Tony Stark head. I'm going to take this off the tripod a little bit to get a little bit closer, but man, when I say that these joints are tight, I really thought I was going to break those hand joints when trying to take it off and pop that dome off. I really thought that I was going to break something. These are incredibly tight. That is a downside, but thankfully this is not going to be used for play. It's going to be used for display, so it's not going to take too much away. Let's get this back in and we'll talk about the articulation. All right, and after some trial and error, got it back on there. Let's take a look at some of the articulation. We'll see we do have a little bit of ab crunch, not much, and every time I move it, that back piece pops right off of there. Can't really move the shoulders a whole lot without popping that back piece. Even though these do rotate with it, I just don't trust it to go much farther than that. And then you see, you see it in real time, me trying to clip that back in. That's a little bit of a frustration. But either way, we can see that it does have some wrist articulation, not much. Again, this is a display piece. This is not something for everyday play by any means. This is mostly just supposed to sit there and look pretty. We do have a hip rotation. It can move up. These can go there. We do have double jointed knees, but getting them both to move is going to be a hassle. So again, if you're looking for a figure that's just going to look real good on a shelf, that's your figure. And of course, if you've got the Extremis Iron Man that came out last year, you can also sort of recreate that iconic comic cover that's on the back of this. Trying to get this Hulkbuster to actually look down is harder to do than I would have liked, but that's all right. It's going to go in a Hall of Armor for me. Let's see how this looks compared to some other figures. Alright, here we have him next to that Extremis Iron Man. And for another comparison, here he is next to the Toy Biz Hulkbuster. That is about 17 years old at this point. It's wild to see the difference there. One positive that the old Toy Biz does have over the new one is I don't have to fight and work to try and get that Tony Stark head. It's already right there underneath the dome. Also, the adjustable and articulated fingers. I do miss that from the old Toy Biz days instead of the interchangeable hands. But as far as sculpts go, there's just no comparison. This new Hulkbuster is really a thing of beauty compared to that old one. So yeah, this is an amazing figure. It is definitely a great display piece, especially if you're a big Iron Man fan like I am. Wonderful for a new Hall of Armor. So if you are thinking about picking this up, don't forget to go over to Big Bad Toy Store to check it out. And if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Nerd Initiative, your home of pop culture positivity.